Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to have you on the webinar today, which is presented by Omnipresent and Emergys Enterprise Company. The webinar name today is Exploring Low Code and No Code Accelerating Digital Transformation. Digital solutions have become extremely complex day by day, and the coding and the things that have come along with it have become extremely complex with it, at least to my limited knowledge. With low code, no code, I think people and team have to grow up and learn what things are coming together, and we have to understand what it's going to bring along with it. With low code, no code today, I would believe that the only limitation is a person's imagination altogether. All right. So from here, let's get to our webinar and let me introduce you to our speakers. The first speaker that we have today is Mr. Prakash, and he has been with Omnipresent for the last 10 years, and he has been one of those guys who we look up to in terms of low code, no code, understanding and getting to him in terms of any questions that come towards the low code part. Of course, he has an amazing experience in low code, no code, name it Mendix, OutSystems, anything, and we are fine along it. The second speaker that we have today is Meeta, who is a fresh blood in software development and has been working across Omnipresent, getting hackathons up, getting a lot of coding thing up, and getting our projects live pretty quickly to us. And of course, our final speaker for the day is Mr. Varun Singh, who is an enterprise architect with Axiom Digital. And he has been in this technology gamut for such a long time. I think he has become one of those mentors or gurus for the people who have been in the industry to learn about solutions, technology, and stuff like that. All right, over to you, Varun. I think you can take it over from here, and I am there if you need anything. Varun, can you please unmute yourself?
Thank you, Animesh. As an enterprise architect with 2 decades of experience in software design and development, I see low code as an evolutionary technology that that consolidates years of collective experience of developers into a highly reusable component used across software development. With minimal coding expertise, one can create application like a pro. In the past, we repeatedly wrote same code hundreds of times for various products and contexts, and then meticulously tested it for quality, scalability, performance, and security. Some companies have recognized an opportunity and have aggregated these pieces of code into visual representation and made them available into an integrated development environment, enabling developer to build rather enabling developer to compose application and less of build. Now this build effort is reducing with time, as more and more developers are joining low code community, and at the same time businesses are adopting low code. With this I will hand over the speech, and would invite Prakash to present his view on low code as a as a architect and as a designer. Over to you, Prakash.
Thank you, Varun. Uh, Before getting into this question, what is low code? Let me take you 2 to 3 decades back. Businesses were having only two routes for the solutions they are trying to find: either to go for a ready-made product, or to build a customized application with the skilled developers. But today, thank God, we have low code. So everyone knows what is low code. It is a platform that allows to build software applications with the drag and drop functionalities, visual development, workflow automation, reusable component, and much more. So these are all the benefits of the low code. In today's market, the low code market is in a high demand. Currently, the situation of the market is such that everyone is looking for RPAs and BPAs. And to cope up with such things, businesses are looking for citizen developers. The non-IT people should be able to contribute to the application development, and low code plays a critical role in this application development. For past few years, we might have seen there is increase in adoption of cloud technologies. So low code along with the AI tools is going to create wonders. So low code actually redefines the impact, the speed, the development, and with a high focus on functionality, business logic, and user experience. Uh, with this, I would like to pass on to Meeta for knowing her views on this.
Thank you so much, Prakash. So, what is low code? You have also seen from Varun and Prakash. So, it's my perspective. I'm a senior developer. So, low code is a development platform that have gained popularity in recent years to streamline the application development process. They offer a wide range of advantages over a few disadvantages, but it is obviously depending on a few use cases. So there are visual development in which already pre-built interfaces, pre-built user interfaces, components, templates, and many things you can use reuse in your building your application. So this fasten the creation of your the process of your application development, the speed of your application development, and with this you can also integrate with so much popular components available in the markets to dive into the application development even much faster. So thank you so much. For my view, over to you, Varun.
Very well said. It is very important to understand why is it gaining so much of attention of the tech world today. Now imagine that no businesses are distinct when it comes to building a technical capability. In order to run any business, you need a set of technical capabilities. For example, sending a mail, or integrating with Google Maps, or integrating with some other location based services, or accessing databases and maintaining data model, building data warehouse, right? So all these are technical components which are available and required with every businesses. Now there are two ways: either you keep on building the same thing again and again for different companies, for different businesses, or you build it and host it in a common platform from where the entire developer community can be benefited and businesses can be responded in a very reliable and secured manner. Now, when I say reliable, whenever you build a functionality, you always end up testing it, right? And now every time you build something, you test it against quality, you test it against performance, you test it against scalability and security. Now, do you want to do it every time you build a code? Not really. What would be an ideal world that somebody has built it, tested it, multiple people have used it, and now it is available for general public good. Now this is catching up because we as the human being do not want to do things repeatedly, and that is why the DevOps world, the automation world, has entered into the development world. And how an automation can affect a development world is through low code, no code. Is it the end of the journey? Obviously not. Now, low code, no code is not, it's not a silver bullet. It's not one point solution. It provides you a platform which allows you to integrate with other technologies, and that is why it is gaining so much of confidence within market that low code is a new way of development, and it is not a secret that if you use a low code, you can promise more confidently to your business that we are there in business, right? Now coming to the next topic, which is very prominent, is there are so many low code no code available in the market, right? So people say, okay, what are the options? Now we say that we have some pure play options like Mendic, Appian, OutSystems, Power Apps, etc. And then we have non pure play options, which is like ServiceNow and Salesforce. I divide it normally in two parts. One is where the you know uh, like the platform is given and left to your imagination, And on the other hand, some platforms like ServiceNow and Salesforce have a lot of domain context included along with the low code, no code development platform. Now, when I say ServiceNow, for example, if you want to build a service management solutions, probably the domain knowledge is already inbuilt in the platform, and then you can imagine what more you can build on top of it. Likewise, if you're serving a customer, right, CRM model is readily available in a Salesforce. You can customize it. You can build many more offering to engage with your customers out of Salesforce. Mendix, OutSystem, Kissflow, Power Apps. These are the platforms which enable developers to imagine and deliver whatever functionalities are needed by your businesses. Now, the moment you see so many options, there is an obvious question: what is best for me? And that is our next slide, which is trying to focus how we can select a low code platform for my business. What will help my technology team, my IT team to meet the promise of customer demand and business expectation. I will invite Prakash again, to present his solution view on selecting a low code platform for a given enterprise. Over to you, Prakash. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. So selecting the right low-code platform, I mean, there are various aspects that you need to consider, and these are the major thing that I would think as a low-code expert. I have experienced this in my past. So the major thing is vendor lock-in. There are few low-code platform which won't allow, or rather I would say some low code platforms won't allow to take your application from one platform to another low code platform. It is not at all possible. Some low code will have certain options to allow you to extract your business logic, some of your classes, some of your data model. Such things can be taken out, and you can utilize, reuse them in another low code or some other technology. That is possible, but it is not at all possible to take your complete application from one platform to another. So it is very much important to understand what are the policies for particular low code that you are planning to go for. The other thing is customization. Now, there are no code as well as low code platforms, but still all the platforms won't allow you to customize. Customization, what I mean is it won't allow you to add your own code. Maybe you have already written some Java classes or .NET classes, and you want to use that business logic, reuse that into your low code platform. So some of the low code platform may not allow, but yes, there are, as Varun said, there are pure play low code platform which will allow you to customize uh, your application and add your existing code into that platform or applications. The other thing is templates and the components. As we know that every low code platform provides lots of templates and many components which we can reuse. But at one given point, you will get stuck somewhere to implement your business logic. The low code platform may not allow you to add your own custom component or your custom template. So make sure when you choose a right platform, the platform allows you to add your custom components, custom templates. These things are very much important. Of course, the pure play low code platform does allow that. Along with that, some if we talk about no code, there you may not see the integration options like connecting with your legacy system, APIs, databases. But there are some very good platforms available in the market which will definitely allow you to do any type of integration, whether it is SAP or Salesforce or anything. So make sure the integration options are available. Then there is a governance model available in the platform or not. Let's say, since the non-IT people will be contributing to the application development in the low-code platform along with the IT guys. There will be many number of applications. Now, with this situation, you definitely need a robust governance model. Make sure this governance model is available to you so that you have a visibility, you have an insight, you have control on your IT landscape. I think over to you, Varun. Do you have any other views on this?
Yes, I think interesting talk, and I have heard you and understand that these are some of the very peculiar question which we get from our IT team, right?
Yeah.
They are very much concerned about security. They want to build a robust system. They want to make sure that they are free, from the limitations of a platform, so that they can deliver whatever business asks, right? At the same time, they want to build a reusable components in a form of template. As a business, I have few things which I reuse again and again across my business processes in my in my business. So I would like to templatize it. Are all these options available in my low code no code? So this is a very prominent question. But if you think from an enterprise perspective, I always say when you select a low code, you have to first thing is you have to determine that are you ready for a low code, right? Are your enterprise ready to make a shift from writing millions lines of code to compose application? Are you ready to give a preference to compose an application over build an application? Are you running a tech company or you are running a business, right? So you have to meticulously ask this question to yourself and then say, okay, do you want to employ hundreds of people, engage tremendous amount of testing team, go through long chain of SDLC process and build a system which is very capital intensive, or you want to build faster, you want to invent faster and fail faster, and then try something works for my business. If not, then you are able to provide another solution, or you want to work with you want to work closely with your business so that you can innovate faster, right? It is not a rocket science to say that writing code takes more time than composing an application, and that is where you have to sit and discuss and decide, are you ready? Is your enterprise ready to make this shift? If you are convinced, if this agenda has been created from the top down, then it becomes easier for the people who are working on the ground to adopt the decision. Now, while you do that, eh, you can definitely take help of partners like Omnipresent, for example, who have experience in developing multiple developing application in multiple low code platform. They could assist you selecting one which is more favorable to you, which aligns with the genome of your company, right? Another very important point is talent pool and community support. My dear friends, if you adopt a low code for which the talent pool is very less, there is very less community support, you will be alone struggling with your problems. You always look out for community support, the size of the community who are engaged with the platform. That will give you confidence that you are not alone in this journey. And you know then you can be confident that you are not the only one who is looking for a solution, but there are many more, and somebody is already solving the problem which we can reuse. So with all this consideration, you will be set up to enter into the low code world. Now this is a mindset change. Some people feel obsessive about their code. They think that the code is only theirs when they write it, whereas this is not the fact. Even when you choose, determine very carefully, assess and select a tool, a low code platform, then on, you can be rest assured that IP still exists with the business. None of the low code platform tries to take away your IP. The IP remains with you. The code is generated for you, right? Which you can use as long as you like it. In general, we see that even if any businesses are building applications, they are retiring those applications in life cycle of 5 to 10 years, depending upon how demanding your customer is, how demanding your market is. If that is the case, give a chance, take a courageous step forward, right? And believe me, you will not regret this choice. Now going to the next, And here I would like to hear the view from a developer point of view. They have been developing this software, they have been developing these application using low code. I want to know from them, is it really practical for business user to contribute in application development? I invite Meeta to comment upon this critical question. Over to you, Meeta.
Thank you so much, Varun. So, low code development platform democratize app development by making it easier for business users who may not have extensive coding experience to participate in the development process. However, there are some points which I can mention that it is possible to democratize the process so that a non-technical user can also be a part of a development process, like a simplified interface. Local development platform typically offer a visual drag and drop interface that doesn't require much deep coding knowledge. This means that a business user can design and build application by simply arranging the pre-built components and widget on the screens and reducing coding requirements. So everybody knows that low code does mean the low code means don't need to write long lengthy lines of codes, and no code purely a no code where you don't need to write a single line of code. So you already have a reduced coding requirements. So while some coding may still be necessary in low code development, the amount of complexity of coding are significantly reduced. But business users with basic scripting skills or an outstanding logic can often manage this without any extensive training. Then there are a lot of templates and pre-built components. Low-code platform often come with a library of templates and pre-built components that users can leverage. This eliminates the need to create everything from scratch, making app development quicker and more accessible. So what you see is what you get in the low code platform. Frequently what you see you can get it, which means what users can see on the app design, so or the functionality they can build in this. In fact, feedback, this instantly make it possible for the business users to iterate and refine their application. And then comes the integration capabilities, like the integration. Many low code platform of come with built-in connectors with popular business system and databases. So this even simplifies the data integration or the other system integration processes, enabling business user to incorporate data sources without in-depth technical skills or any knowledge. And reusable logic. Obviously, no-code platform often allow user to define reusable business logic or workflows. Business user can create these logic elements without writing a code and making it easy to automate the process. And yes, collaboration and user feedback is the most. No-code platform often encourages collaboration between IT and business users. This collaboration environment allows business users to work closely with developers and IT professionals, creating a feedback loop that improves application quality. And yes, there is a rapid prototyping easily available with low code. You have some idea, you can rapidly prototype it with the use of low code and no code. This agility allows faster development and iteration of the application. And accessibility, right? Low code platforms are designed to be accessible for a broader range of people. People who don't have any technical knowledge or some of the technical knowledge can leverage the application, the platform easily. And yes, it also saves the cost of development by rapidly creating the application. So thank you so much for providing me a chance to speak on this. Over to you, Prakash.
So, okay, I think, Meeta, thank you so much for your views. You are very optimistic. I must appreciate every youngster have to be optimistic, right?
Thank you.
Uh,
Yes.
I would rather say, we must involve our business users in the design of an application, because these systems are built for the business user. And if they have a role play in the development and the design of an application, they will adopt, and they will accept the application more naturally, right? You can actually take their experiences into consideration while you designing an application. Asking them to build would be, I feel, would be little too much. They can do it. They can do it out of their intuition, out of their creativity. If they want to learn, of course, they are most welcome. But knowing how businesses are run, as an enterprise architect, they have huge loads of operations. They have huge load of executing task in hand. They do not have extra time at their disposal in order to participate in application development. As low code has been democratized for the software development, now what is happening is you can bring in new young blood, train them on a given low code no code, right? And then start and put them with businesses to innovate, right? And that is how you can make good use of business time, and you can make good use of our young generation to come together to create more innovative solutions. So yes, there will be a time when, because these developers are working so closely with business, they will start wearing business hat, and that will be the time when actually the developer community and the business community will merge together and will form a citizen a citizen development world, right? Till that time, I think there is certain length of journey which we have to cover, and then we will have you know a promised land which we expect from low code no code. But that is my personal view. It is debatable, but this is based on my experiences working with enterprises and looking at business hours which businesses are spending on this.
Varun,
Now,
I would
yes,
like to contribute
yes, Prasad.
here for this question. So, talking about democratized software development and can business user contribute to the application creation? I have one example. In one of my projects when I was working, the customer was in as a BA from past 20 years, and from last 2 years he is the low code no code head from customer side, and he's running multiple projects, and he's contributing to the low code application development also. So what
Right.
I'm trying to say here is any business user can definitely develop the application, but there is certain learning curve for business user to adopt the low code platform. Of course, even if you ask any Java developer or experienced .NET developer to, take this low-code platform and build the application, definitely he will need some time to understand the low-code platform. But this type of developers can learn the low-code platform faster as compared to the business users. But business users, as they know the business and with the technical aptitude, definitely they can grasp the low-code platform sooner. Over to you, Varun.
Yes, I still leave the stage for you, to discuss upon a very, important and critical question. When you design or when you create a solution out of low code, what are the security and compliance consideration will you take into your consideration? Because with a lot of acts coming around, for example, in India we have recently launched DPDP Act for privacy and data protection. Now we have to make sure that whatever solution we are building is meeting to those guidelines, and hence I would like to know your point of view and your experience in building a solution which take good care of security and compliance.
Sure. With respect to security, we need to understand into many aspects that we need to look after. There is a platform security, there is a runtime security, then we need to consider about what is the cloud security we have, what are the app securities provided by the platform, the data security. These are the major things that we need to consider. Now with respect to platform or runtime or cloud security, we should understand how many times there is a security audit happens on this particular platform, what are the certifications that are available along with the platform, let's say ISO certificates or HIPAA, SCA certificates. There is a whole bunch of certificates that we need to make sure that platform is uh, supporting. And then, with respect to the platform, is there any penetration test happens or vulnerability management is there? Then transport layer security, encryption, access rights and permissions. These are certain things that we need to make sure that platform is supporting. Now coming to app level, does it with respect to the client side and the server side security, uh, do the platform has security measures for SQL injection, or maybe cross-site scripting or cross-site request forgery, or maybe broken authentication. So these are certain things we need to consider at app level. The other thing is, does it support the OWASP top 10 risk factors, and also the SSO standards like XAML 2.0, OpenID, and two-factor authentication. So, to my experience, these are certain things that we need to look after when we talk about security on low-code platform.
Very well said, Prakash. So, when you talk about security and compliance, believe me, whether you build an application on Java, .NET, or low code, these are the few things which needs to be taken into consideration while you're designing an application. You want to see what kind of promises you are making to your customer, right? How you're going to store their data, how you're going to process that data, and are you making your customer aware about it? Then, when you talk about compliances, there are industry specific compliances, be it HIPAA compliant for insurance, be it TRI compliance for telecom, be it, for example, BESL compliance for banking and insurance companies. Now, you have to take into consideration while you are designing an application. Building is what, now when you design it, you can review it. Now, some low code no code platform enables you to design an application and get it verified while you are designing it with your business. Whereas when we were doing traditionally this development, we have to actually take the application to a certain level, or we have to explain the design document to our businesses in order to give an approval to take it to development. And then again, after development, there needs to be a security test in order to comply, or say be confident that whatever security and compliance consideration we have defined at the design stage has been implemented. Now, low code helps this because it brings business, developer, testing team, everyone together on the same platform. Not only that, it also brings infrastructure team on the same platform. So it's an integrated development environment which is bringing all the stakeholders of a software development at the same point. Now, so this is, I think this is all I would like to say upon security and compliances. Now, going to the next topic, which is just a second, which is what kind of application can be built with low code and no code. How can you meet unique business and industry need? Now, frankly speaking, with some low code, you can almost confidently say whatever you can build in high code, you can build in no code with lots of additional advantages. Now, what are those additional advantages? There are so many components which are already built by the community, which is tested and hosted and made available for you to use as it is your code, right? As it is your component in your application. Second, huge developer community in order to solve your problem if you are ever stuck. Third, lot of now when you build an application, you don't have to again struggle around scalability. You don't have to struggle around ensuring that you have to secure the environment, in order to deliver those services to your customer or to your business. Now, these all things have been packaged in the low code development environment where you can roll out things very faster. Now, let's talk about specific industry needs where low code has helped them to adopt. Now, I will invite one by one, because we have multiple use cases. I will invite Prakash, followed by Mita, and then I will take up the stage to discuss some more industries. So, over to you, Prakash.
Sure, Varun. So, like any other domain, the insurance domain, uh, the low code has created a great impact on insurance domain. Let's take an example of claim processing optimization. Now, claim is actually an opportunity for the insurance provider to show the value. So, any insurance provider either live or die based on the reputation, how they process their claim, right? Now, with respect to this, insurance provider will always have pressure how to make their customer happy. So they will do anything to digitize this claim processing journey. Now, one of the survey done by Mendix, it says that 97% of their insurance firm agree that low code brings the value for insurance company. So you see, 50% of the reduction in claims processing time happens when we go with low code platform, and 20% increase customer satisfaction. The lowered operational cost by 25%. Over to you, Varun.
Yes. So when we talk about claim processing optimization, the whole focus is on giving a seamless journey to to the insurer, to the insurance person, right? The person who has taken insurance. Now, uh, when do you really provide a customer experience in an insurance company to your customer? When the matter of claim comes into play, because normally when you give a contract, when you give a insurance, it has got its own traditional way of doing things. Actually we are building a lot of uh, sales and distribution application also in low code. I have experience of building a industry defining sales and distribution system for insurance company. Now, but whenever a customer is in need, whenever he has met an incident, or is in need of a claim, that is the time you measure the customer experience, how easy it is for a customer, how quickly you respond when he needs your service. And that is where the claim processing optimization becomes a paramount. And you want various means to actually deliver this service to your customer. I nowadays I know for the fact, the moment your car is stuck, you can get down, you can launch an app, you can take a video picture and submit, and the claim processing is done within 2 days. Now this is the kind of speed which is required. And while you do this, the insurance company is continuously interacting with you, gathering information which is just enough to process your claim. That changes the entire perspective, that increases the customer loyalty towards your company. And how you can invent, how you can move faster, how you can build applications through which, or features through which you can engage with your customer better. Definitely you need something more than writing code, and that is where low code becomes very prominent. Now I will go to the next slide, and I will invite my another friend, Mita, who will talk about loan origination and approval process, where she has played a critical role in implementing a solution. Mita, over to you.
Thank you so much, Varun. So yes, adopting a low-code platform for an app creation. This is particularly a regional bank's loan process, which we have on which we have worked. So it significantly improved the efficiency and reduced the manual workload of the employees and enhance the overall customer experience. So first, we will look into how it reduces the manual workload by automation. Yes, the low-code platform allows for the automation of many manual tasks and are headed by and can be handled by the bank employees, right? For instance, for the data entry and for validation, you can automate these things easily with the help of low code, and you can save lots of days of time with this automation. And there comes the integration. Now, we also know like bank already have their core banking software. So if you want to revolutionize your loan process in your bank, in a particular bank's already running software, so you want the perfect integration, the seamless one. So low code platform offers seamless integration with this type of application throughout their pre-built connectors, and if there is not any one particular connector present, so you can easily build those connected in a low code platform. And yes, enhanced customer experience is, you can like low code platform can improve the customer experience. How? By we have provided the self service in this category. Like what we have done, we provided customer to make the check the status of their application. They can track the status, how on which state it is, and they can upload their document. Thereby they can in the real time they can receive the notification. They can see how their application is going to process and what are the outcomes of their application and how faster it is now have been headed towards. So this is very much inconvenient, and this includes the transparency between the customer and the bank. And yes, the more prominently compliance and audits, since banking domain is a very legacy system, we can call it. So low code platform often include feature for creating audit trails and ensuring regulatory compliance. So this is critical in banking sectors. So there are the things available with low code platform. So the adoption of a low-code platform for app creation in the loan process of a regional bank can lead to significant improvement in the efficiency, reduce the manual workloads, and can enhance the customer experience by automating the manual tasks, by integrating with existing systems, and by providing the real-time transparency between the bank. So the bank can become more competitive and responsive to customer needs while ensuring the compliance with industry regulations. So yes, that was my point on the regional banks loan process. So yes, it the whole process took many days, or I can say weeks, to complete before we didn't implemented our low code platform into the banking software. So now after integration, it takes the week span to the days. So yes, it improves almost 15% of the loan process time. So yes, thank you so much, Varun, for giving me the chance. Over to you.
Okay, so somebody can ask a question whether is it only because of low code that I have improved the loan approval rate by 15%. The the speed of loan approval has been given because of low code. My answer would be yes and no, right? What low code has enabled you to is respond faster to the market need, respond faster. The moment you have devised or understood a means to help your customer or to service your customer, you are able to quickly build it and deliver the goods. Just imagine if you identify a business automation, through which you can process loans faster to your business. Just imagine that if you have to build it, how much time it will take. Probably from 4 weeks, 4 months to 5 months. Whereas with low code, no code, you could do it in weeks. And that is what is needed by the business. They want to respond to their customer, they want to service their customer as soon as they identify another means to service them. Now, before I go to next, use case, I would like to take up some question which some of my audience friends have asked. One question is, actually, two questions are around security. One is around cloud security, and second is, excuse me, second is around data security. Now, the data security and the CIS, which is cloud information security, actually uh, both are same problem which existed in high code world and in the low code world. How low code is helping? There are many people who are developing components, which are industry specific, right? They are identifying and providing a classification where, for example, Salesforce or ServiceNow, they know how to protect customers' data because they are world-class CRM systems. Even when you do something in pure play, you can design a data model and do the classification and set up the getter setter of or accessing those databases as per the need of data, as per the need of security policy. Now, when it comes to data security at rest, whenever you're saving it, you have to make sure whether you want to do the two-way, encryption, where you encrypt it and while you read it and show it to the intended person, you decrypt it, or you want to save the information like a PCI DSS. You can't really save your customers' data into customers' credit card information into your database. Then you would need a hashing function which masks your data before it stores it into your system. Actually, even before that, even when it travels through the network, it should mask it and then travel through the network and make sure that there is no logging done for this transaction and the data directly goes into the database in a hash fashion. Likewise, there is a policy around in India. There is a policy around Aadhaar card. You can't store an identity information of a citizen of India, into your database, and that is why you need a masking technique. Now, all these algorithms, all these components are readily available in low code repositories, which you can reuse. You can test it yourself, even though it is tested. We say that great power comes with great responsibility. Now, while you are developing a component, while you are hosting it, you want to help the community, make sure you have tested this product properly. While the person who is hosting the component is testing it, make sure that while you are using it, you are also testing it, right? Normally, you will have 100 test cases, but in order to make sure that the component is compliant to CIS and data security at trust, probably you would have to do 15 tests while you are using it, because there is a testing report available with the component which you can see and move forward. Now, it is a responsibility of community to build a healthy network, right? And that is where the real value of low code is going to originate. There's a time to come when chat gpt large language model is going to start doing application development. Now, it is also a responsibility of low code developer community to embrace this technology and bring the power of this technology into the low code, so that it can help my application developer even more, right? So sky is the limit. Yes. How CIS and data security at rest is taken care of, it is through the components which are readily available in your repositories. If it is not available, please build it, make sure you test it, and then make it available for general public good. If it shouldn't, when you develop such a component, never try to build any business logic in it, because you are going to distribute it, and you don't want your business secret to go out in community, right? So make sure that you only build technical capabilities which can be leveraged by other businesses, and not your business capabilities. There is another question: what career options are available that I can obtain for someone who has no code, low code skill in different industries and companies? You have tremendous career options. What you have to do is you have to work. The moment your job as a developer has been reduced, what you should do, what should be your next, what you say, what you should be your next goal? Your next goal should be to understand the business more clearly, so that you can develop application which are more useful. You should try to go towards industries understanding. You should try to go towards understanding business more closely than ever, because your development effort has been reduced, and you can only build amazing solutions for your business when you start understanding business more closely. So it is an opportunity for developers to come closer to the business, and for businesses to come closer to the developers. So that's how the world is changing. uh, i I think I have a lot of other questions in this, which I will answer one to one. But going forward, uh, there is another question: what advice would you give to someone considering adopting low code and no code development for the first time? Okay. First question you should ask: what it takes to what it takes to become a low code no code, adopt a low code no code. One very important thing is maturity. It it is no alternative to your understanding of SDLC process or agile process. You should understand your business requirement. You should design your application in a way that whatever you are building is making sense to your business, right? So what you have to make sure when you are adopting a low code no code: is your enterprise ready to adopt a low code no code, right? Is your business ready to come to a canvas and discuss a business requirement? Is your business available for your developer to quickly validate what they are building as a user experience or as a user interface, right? If you see that people are ready to work closely with each other, you are ready to adopt low code no code. Low code no code. Now there is one another interesting question: does it does it really saves 10x time? Please guys, understand one thing: low code no code is giving you productivity to develop your code faster, you know because a lot of code which is already developed is made available to you for usage or to compose into an application. But does it provide 10x? It might provide 50x, who knows, depending upon how many technical components you need in your solutions. It might only deliver 2x benefit, because the business is more intense than the technical component. It is a subjective question. It definitely brings in productivity improvement, starting from 2x to 10x to 50x. There is no scale, right? So that is how I would like to answer it. It definitely, and now you would have understood that it definitely brings in productivity improvement, and the reason you have understood what career. Okay, so that's all. There are other questions which I will take offline and answer to them on one-to-one basis. uh, Now I will go to some of the other use cases which I have put on hold while discussing. uh, yeah, so we have worked with some of the manufacturing industries to improve, you know uh, operational cost, to improve, to to bring in operational excellence into their businesses. Now, some manufacturing companies are very capital intensive, right? They have so many processes, starting from sales and distribution to supply chain management to manufacturing to vendor management and supplier management. It's intense. Manufacturing businesses are very intense, they are very tiring. Now, while they know their business so well, right, they have a lot of ideas which comes to their mind. When the ideas comes to their mind, they struggle to find the right person who will be able to provide solution around those ideas. And this is where the IT team, the low code no code helps IT team to quickly respond to their businesses. Means, believe me, nobody knows better than business themselves how to take business to different heights. You can only answer to them how you can enable them to take to the promised land, right? So this is where, so we have helped some production companies, some manufacturing global companies who by optimizing their inventory management, by integrating with algorithm which will tell when to actually fulfill the inventory, where to manage the logistics, how to dispatch the goods, and at the same time improving the processes around production. Now there are a lot of monitoring, there are a lot of compliances which these manufacturing industries have to follow. They need some handheld applications through which they can capture inputs for environment compliances, for production compliances, for labor law compliances. They need systems through which they can capture data in real time. Now, do you want to develop this application every time, start writing code from scratch, or you would like to leverage what is already there and compose them to create a new utility for your business? So this is where the operational efficiency have come into play when we talk about production processes. Now, next, I will talk about healthcare data management, and this is one industry which is very old and which is going to exist forever, right? Like manufacturing. In healthcare, when I talk about healthcare data management, the HIPAA compliance was the topmost priority. Whatever patient data we are capturing into the system, we have to make sure that we take a proper consent and control from the patient, that how we are going to store his data and in what all format we are going to use this data. Now there are some big chain of hospitals who have their R&D division, right, who are actually storing this data and they're anonymizing that data, which can never be reversed into identifying which to whom that data belongs, in order to do a lot of scientific analysis and R&D. Now, while you do that, you have to inform your patients that we will use your medical data and not your personal data in order to build a robust healthcare management data management system. Now, some of the other things, how the data is stored, what is the quality of your data in your hospital management system, is majority defined by how you capture those data. Are you giving easy means to your patient or to your person in registration desk or to your doctor in order to capture the data in the most easiest format? Believe me, there is a flood of innovation which is possible in this area. How you can save time of your doctor, what widgets you can provide to your doctor, what intelligence you can build in an application, so that doctors time to treat or to consult a patient reduces from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. So do you mean that you will only give 2 minutes time to your patient? No, he can be more empathetic towards patient, he can be more attentive towards patient, while the data capture is made so easy for you. So that is where again low code come at your rescue. you identify different needs and different UI pattern through which you can reduce the data capture activity of a doctor, the make registration and appointment made easy for your patient, registration process for your registration desk made easy, just by scanning your national ID he should be able to pre-populate your your patient data. Those things will make your business really powerful. And how you can do it? When you can move at the same pace as the imagination. So with this, I complete my my session, and I would invite again giving back the stage to Animesh to conclude. Thank you.
All right, Varun, this has been great. I think the session went on, and it was fun to hear from you about low code. It was fun to hear about low code. All the technologies are there. I think all of the speakers, you'll be able to see us on screen who have been a part of this wonderful webinar. Uh, so, guys, we have some Q&A that has been asked by the team members to us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them on the screen. And then I think we would, if I would be glad if you could answer them one by one. So, we have one question that is up. And the question is, what advice would you give to someone considering adopting low code or no code development for the first time?
Yeah, so Animesh, actually, I have picked up question, during my discussion because I wanted to, answer and satisfy the curiosity of my audience. So I have taken some question already up, while I took a pause on explaining my case studies. There is another question, which I would like to take, for general public good is, while we create a project using low code application, can we need Jira? Do we need Jira for application task tracking? Right. So, uh, answer is yes. Now there are a lot of low code, no code which have natural integration with Jira. So you can actually develop your design, you can develop your task, you can relate them, and then you can get it validated before you move into the development. So if this is a critical factor for you, and it should be critical factor, then make sure that you select a platform which offers you pre-integrated utilities which makes your software development lifecycle easy, right? Because the productivity not only comes from coding, but the productivity also comes from handholding between the software development lifecycle. Now,
The, I just
see,
wanted to
I have
add to that.
Yeah, Prakash, please.
Sorry to interrupt you, Varun. I just wanted to add to that question. So there are few pure play platform in the market which actually supports you the complete SDLC process. What I mean is, like, since the business users, non-IT people as well as IT people, we Mita talk about the collaboration is one of the major benefit of low code platform, right? So in this pure play platform where there's a collaboration between IT and business, how the collaboration happens, whenever there is some, we can manage all the user stories, the story points into the platform itself, and the business users can monitor the development process, they can give their feedback. So this is how the all the project tracking happens in some of the pure play platform. You may not need the Jira application also. That's the beauty of
yes.
low code platform.
Okay. So there is another very interesting question. How open are Indian customer to low code, no code, and what challenges they see while partnering for any application? Very interesting question. So we have lived through the cycle of where there was a lot of apprehension while adopting to low code, no code. Nowadays, even IT organization have understood that they need a speed because their businesses have to answer and respond to their customer need faster. And how they can fulfill this promise is only by adopting low code. The challenges which they face is normally around return on investment, right? So when we should adopt a low code, no code, you have to always think like, do I have a roadmap? Do I have a strategy which will help us leverage low code, no code in long run? You can't adopt a technology for one of use cases. You can try, right? And your partners can help you with that, but you can't adopt a platform just for one use case. You have to believe in what you use to run your business, and only when you believe, you can reap maximum benefit out of it. So I would, I will highly recommend to my, to my peers and to my, to my businesses, that please, understand the low code well, take help of your partners, do the brainstorming, be satisfied, and once satisfied, employ, create a strategy, create a digital transformation strategy for your organization, and then enter into the low code world, right? And your partner will definitely help you with, developing some proof of concepts in order to give you confidence around it. Another question I would say, just a second. There is one question, yeah. How open is low code, no code for providing customized, tailored made product for customer, and how is it cost effective? Now, this is two question. It is cost effective over time, right? So, that is where sometimes the price sensitive market like India, respond to such technologies, very slowly, because they take time to understand, the real value of the product, the real value of the platform. Now, when you talk about cost, you don't look at the cost, rather you look at what value you can deliver. If you do not have a big enough value proposition to build using this cost, this costly, say, low code, so called costly low code, right? Then don't use it. You need a return on investment and a clear roadmap before you adopt, before you adopt a low code no code. There could be a cheaper low code no code, there could be a cost effective low code no code, there could be a ultra expensive low code no code. It all depends, what level of, facilities you want, what level of money you are ready to spend, and what is your return on investment. When it comes to return on investment, believe me, the cost doesn't matter, because sometimes the benefit is 100x than the cost, and then nobody talks about the cost. Now, providing customized tailored made solution, whatever you can build in high code, you can build in low code. This may not be true for all low code, so please engage, test, take help of your partners, take help of OEMs, right? Like low code no code providers, and select the right low code no code for your enterprise, because there is no one, bullet for all problems.
Prakash, Meeta, would you want to add over something?
Yes, I would like to add few points in this recent question. You would require few developers to create the local application, and again, there is a faster time to market for the particular product. So anyhow, you are this cost your cost effective option is rejected by this, right?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Am I right, Prakash?
yeah,
Yes,
means
Mr.
it may
Correct.
vary, again from product to product, right? Because sometimes you might find your low code developer costly than, your high code developer, sometimes, right? Not every time. And then again, business might find this a costly proposition. But
And
i
then
would
then
always I would always urge, look at the benefit, not the cost. If
yes,
benefit is able to equate and supersede the cost, then this is the right tools and technologies to adopt.
True.
true.
Mita,
But
you were telling something.
yeah, but in the market, Varun, there are few pure play, low code platforms. One might be very costly, and the other one may not be that much costly. But both or multiple may give you the same output or ROI.
Yeah, yeah.
So such type of platforms are there. So we definitely need a partner to understand, what is best.
Yeah, so that is very important. Don't try to reinvent a wheel. There are so many OEMs, there are so many partners you can leverage, and because they have experiences of doing this same thing again and again for several customers, right? So share their experiences, make use of their experiences, and
True.
then adopt a platform, because it should be long term strategy. It shouldn't be a one off strategy, right? And then only you can reap benefit, because you won't reap benefit in the first application. You might reap your benefit in the first application, but maybe you will reap your benefits in the second application or the third application, because you are building so many components which are very specific to your business. So
True.
every customer have their own journey with the low code and or any code for that matter.
Perfect. So, guys, I think we have overshot our time by a while. I think let's take the last question that we have, and it is how can low code, no code help retailers leverage data analytics for personalized marketing and customer insights?
Interesting. Now, this is where low code no code can help you build faster, but doesn't really bring out a lot of benefits for you. But there are some platforms like SaaS platforms. If you are talking about retailer, the CRM goes very close to the retailer, and then you might see if you need a lot of industry domain expertise or a lot of industry insights into your low code no code, then probably you can choose to build your solution on platform like ServiceNow or Salesforce, because it has already got the industry context, it has already got the right data model, which will help you build your data analytics and stuff faster. You can also build it in pure play low code no code, but then you need to bring out your expertise of that domain into the system, by modeling your data in appropriate way, and then build report on top of it. There are low code no code platform who provides you a lot of utilities to develop graphs and charts, and to do data crunching, right? Of course, by virtue of community developing a lot of components. But you have to make a choice whether you want something which is already proven in the market, some data model which is already proven in the market, or you want to build your own data model which is very specific to your business, and then you want to run analytics on top of it. So you have two choices. You have to make choice based on what is your appetite and what is your experience.
Perfect. Varun, I think Prakash, Meeta, you want to add something?
No, I guess Varun is right.
Perfect. All
Yes.
right, guys. I think this has been an amazing session. You have put in a lot of information to us. Uh, at least I'm a little bit clear between the difference of low code and no code, what softwares are there in the market, what vendors are working in the market. And I think one thing I've understood from sure from your end is it's all about my customers' benefit and not just about the tool. So I think I think you guys are the expert to guide a lot of customers to us, and I think this has been a very wonderful session. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
everyone.